Today we're talking about the novel A Great and Terrible Beauty, written by Libba Bray. This book is the first of a trilogy of books centered around the character of Gemma Doyle, and I absolutely love the series because it incorporates three of my favorite genres of literature, which is women's lit, fantasy, and history, and it's all set in one of my favorite places in the world, England. Now, what I find great about this story is that Libba Bray is able to incorporate all of these things, and she does so in a way that is incredibly seamless. She decides to set it during the Victorian era, an age when gender scripts were incredibly strict, and Gemma comes to us at the beginning of the story from India, which at the time is a British colony, and in India, her life is very free. She finds life in India to be a lot more liberal than her life in England. She's immediately put into an all-girls academy by her father called Spence Academy, and it's there that she kind of uncovers this mystery that concerns her mother and her mother's death. And it prompts her to ask questions about this very mysterious group of women called the Order, who deal with very mystical things, and this woman called Circe, who Gemma learns has something to do with, the fall of the Order. And also she learns about this place called the Realms, which is almost like Narnia. Gemma has the power to access the realms, and she learns that she has the duty to protect it from people who may want to take over the realms and use it for the wrong purposes. The fantasy in this book is written in so seamlessly well with the Victorian era. It's a great juxtaposition or a comparison because things are so strict in Victorian England, and then Gemma and her friends enter the realms and they can do anything there. And what's great about this juxtaposition of settings is that Libba Bray is able to develop her female characters in a way that it's not typical of the time period. She portrays Gemma and her friends to be very distinct individuals who have their own identities. They're very firm as to who they want to be, and the qualities that she applies to them are very definitive, qualities. They're brave, courageous young women. They face danger. And, the writing is so great because it leaves you in a lot of suspense. It's very hard to put this book down, especially when, you don't know what's about to happen to them. Libba Bray does a really great job in terms of cliffhangers at the end of her chapters. Overall, I would absolutely recommend not only this book but the entire series. This book is followed by Rebel Angels and The Sweet Far Thing. It's a fantastic book, I think, for young women these days because despite the rise in women's lit, there are still not enough great heroines in young adult fiction today. And despite the fact that this book is written in the Victorian era, a lot of the issues that Gemma and her friends face are still applicable to young women today. So if you haven't gone out and read this book, definitely go and do so. It's not only if you like strong female leads, but also if you love the fantasy genre, if you enjoy reading about Victorian England, if you're an Anglophile, you need to read this book because it's pretty much set in the quintessential British boarding school, and the way that Libba Bray writes, she puts you directly into her settings. So it's something that you will absolutely, most definitely enjoy. I've lent this book to many people and have received countless raves and reviews about it. So definitely go get yourself a copy of it today.